Hey man, what it do YouTube? It's your boy back again with another motherfucking video, man. So we got the three breakdowns. General Shao, with a Sindel and Rain. They finally put that Rain breakdown in motion. So what I want y'all to do, I want y'all boys to subscribe. You see the cover. Go ahead, get y'all a drink. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get y'all a drink. You feel me? I got it too. I should have. I might as well go get me some water after this. I'm gonna finish this and go get me some water too. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all stay in y'all water and shit. But go ahead, subscribe. We on that way to 2K, man. On the way to 2K24, Modern Warfare 3, and Mortal Kombat 1. I am ready as hell. Let's get into this shit. I do got my headphones underneath, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. Let's get into it.
All right, so let's start with some of the basics. Two cool things about her in this game is she has these cool VFX, like this purple energy, and then the use of her hair.
Regal purple.
Absolutely. She has really good range, as you'd imagine someone with magical long hair. And there's a couple normals I really wanted to talk about. First is forward 4, which kind of takes out of the page of the last game, and it's like kind of her main mid-range tool you want to use to get in.
And that's a mid, right?
Yes. And it's pretty quick, but it has a really neat new follow-up. She jumps into the air, it's a low combo starter, and she can actually control how far she goes. She can do this close version, and actually land right in front of them, far version. Or she could just do it by itself, go in for a throw.
That's a wrap.
All right.
Thank you.
Little meaty.
This cool low. Or one of her block strings. Another normals is back 2, which leads into an overhead, and she can combo into it.
I ain't getting no
back
fucking
two by
snacks,
itself
boy.
And actually be airborne. Let's go over the special moves. We'll start with the classic, the scream, the iconic, quintessential Sindel. It's still one of her best combo starters. It stuns. They can't hear anything for a while. She's gonna get a free hit. You can kind of do it at range if you.
So this now the scream a free hit.
Sweeping,
Usually this was a stun.
Like I said, it's great to hit confirm. It's
With punish.
Exactly.
I just throw it out all the time.
All the time. Then let's go over fireballs, which are always one of the most important kind of key things about her offense. She has high hairball, low hairball.
Which is in the moves list.
Yes, that's canonical, hairball. And then air hairball. New to this game is it's a straight, very quick fireball. It is not the downward arc it has previously done. You can do it really low to the ground and it's quick, and I think it's pretty effective. Look at that, I still got it.
Oh, y'all letting this old lady do this on this game, bro?
So, the straight one will actually eat up fireballs. So if you use a bar meter or zoning war, you'll actually beat out their projectile. And the low ones are really neat. So she adds that little hair whip at the beginning, and up close, actually a hit that will pop them up. Means in the corner, you can do cool stuff.
Easy juggle. Easy juggle.
Oh my gosh. There we go. Maybe I don't still have it.
I think it's good.
Thank you.
Nah,
so it kind
nigga
of
trying to get some yeeks on the game, bro.
Your
Come on.
zoning tool up close into an actual offensive tool.
So 2 different ways you can use it.
Exactly.
Both equally cool.
You can also use that with your mix-ups, which gets to the next tool, her cartwheel, the overhead, straight from MK9. If it EX it has armor. It's really good up close. It's great as a wake-up attack. You can use it after moves like this. You can mix it up with low, her sweep, and a really fun down three. Look at that.
So like for me when I play against you, you really have to be paying attention because one of the moves is a mid, the other is an overhead.
Exactly.
They look different, but you have to.
Yes.
You can't be on autopilot.
Right. And then lastly, she has the classic levitate. She can float in the air, she can drop straight down. So like for example, you're trying to zone, we can use standing low fireballs to go under your hairball. Not very effective to low fireball when you're literally not touching the ground.
Right.
She can also cancel it, and she can do fun cancels. Like for example, She can do the back two, the airborne, go into flight, and if you EX it, it's actually significantly faster. And she has some true block strings that they won't be able to interrupt.
Got it.
Shit, all right, bet. So, you know what I'm
Now
saying?
let's talk
Unstoppable.
about how this can
In the right
play
nigga hands.
into her cameo. I have chosen...
Bitch, we 4 minutes in.
Set it to all. I have chosen Serena, who we got a little taste of in the last trailer, but now we're actually going to show her moves. So her first attack is the blade. It's a very quick projectile. You can see the cooldown is pretty quick. Then she also has Kia's blades. She goes full demon, throws multiple, they come back, and this actually leads into combos, so you can do fun stuff. You confirm that into a full combo.
That did the
God damn, this old lady doing
really
all
good
this?
in the air.
Yes.
In a lot of ways.
In a
I
lot
mean,
of
yeah.
ways.
If she doing all this, that mean I'm doing way more.
Which is a
That's
great
what they
way to
mean.
attack. It's invincible. It's really quick. You can also use it as an anti-air. And then lastly, she has a fourth move. Every cameo has at least 3, and some might have more. So she's one of those. Jakata's Curse. She puts this rune on the ground, and while the opponent is standing in it, let's set it to default. Liu Kang's meter is being drained. Pretty quick,
Yeah,
you can
pretty
see.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, this is an ambush
Nigga,
move, which
I thought he
means
said
you can
life
do it
bar. I don't know
while
what the
Sindel's
fuck.
doing other actions. So, for example, while you have a combo going, you can summon her.
Oh, there's a lot of setups there.
Yeah, so you can imagine you can use
You know, everybody says
Niggas giving me ass, bro. Let me go ahead and mute this real quick. Hold on, nigga. My fault for the inconvenience.
your combo, have her coming out, drain your meter, stuff like that. She could even do nasty stuff like drain your meter so you can't break a combo in the middle of your combo.
She's not gonna like breakers very much.
She does not, which is let's
Ain't
get
gonna
into
lie.
that a little bit more. So let's go back to what we said earlier. Sindel has a couple of moves using the cameo system.
Right?
So, you know, Sindel in the lore, she's the queen. She has this commanding presence. She has, you know, what the kids would say is Riz.
Oh, they would say that.
Thank you. And, you know, she can
Old
use
nigga
that
jokes.
to actually command her cameo and maybe more. So let's start with this buff move. Once you activate it, while it's active, cooldown, it will be significantly faster for your cameo. So you can see normally, this move's already pretty quick. Once she has this active, it's even quicker, and Serena, she is recovering so fast her cooldown.
Ain't gonna lie, that shit kind of
She
cheap,
can
bro.
basically do that like almost
Especially because
indefinitely.
we don't got the full game yet. We don't know
You
which
can
one's the
turn
best
what
one.
normally would be kind of a limited use move
What's
into
the best
something that you
one?
can just use almost like any other special move. Or some of the other ones like Kia's blades to have a pretty long cooldown. It's significantly faster when she has that active.
Now she's giving herself up there.
Correct.
There is some there, yeah.
Correct. But once you get it going, her cameo use is substantially better. There's also an EX version with a really interesting twist. When she EX it, she's now commanding the opponent's cameo, and if the opponent tries to break, they will be stunned, and you get a reset instead. So let's show that again.
Hell no.
Have the move active. The opponent goes for a breaker. You can see Sonya actually is like, gets the little head and, you know, oh my god, I'm confused. And your breaker is not just disabled. Once you get that stun, they popped up and Sindel gets a full reset.
It ain't even no meter though.
No breakers allowed.
Couple ways to avoid them. Seems
Yes.
like for her.
There's also another really interesting move I'd like to show. So for this one, Sindel can take control of an opponent's cameo and stun them. So for example, I will call it out, and Sonya is actually dizzy.
Yep.
If Sindel is in the middle of doing this move, where she points while the cameo's out. So you have to do it on a read. The cameo is stunned for this entire length of time and cannot be summoned.
Okay.
And then add on
There's
top of
also
that,
an EX version.
you
With
can
this
hit that
version,
motherfucker and you can't bring that motherfucker up.
Sony will leave the screen and I gain control of her. And I actually get a free use of either of the cameo's moves of my choosing. So for example, I now have square wave. And
And
that
you-
used
This
to be
shit cheap,
Sony's-
bro.
Correct.
Not just
Any
the one
of
they were
Sony's
doing.
moves. Right.
Got it.
I have control over it for a pretty good amount of time, and it does not cost any kind of cooldown or anything. So you could actually do stuff like I could summon Sonya to start leg grab to go into a combo, and then go into Serena's demon like anti-air move to end the combo if I wanted. You could even use 3 cameo moves in one combo if you wanted to.
Hey, I just realized, bro, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, it's
Niggas ain't gonna
really,
say
really
nothing,
neat.
bro.
It's
I'm just looking at this shit. This shit look
something that's
choppy
gonna,
as hell.
how effective and the way you use it's gonna change on what the opponent's cameo is.
Got it.
But y'all can see though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Fatal Blow? Is that
I
all?
think that's the best way we can finish, right?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna cut that motherfucker out. Get this shit out the way. All right, we on the next one. We on Rain. You know what I'm
So you'll
saying?
notice right
Hold
off
on,
the
let's
bat,
get this shit.
He has a new weapon.
Let's-
which
let's-
is
let's-
his
let's- let's-
wizard staff.
Get that shit.
And he
You
uses
know what I'm
it
saying?
in
9
most of
minutes.
his normal attacks. And he is definitely now much less of a physical fighter than he ever has been before. He is a very powerful mage, and he uses it in most of his attacks. There's a couple normals I really wanted to talk about. Like you can see even his sweep. Instead of using his foot, he literally uses his water staff. This is definitely
I
the
love
coolest
the
thing.
kick up,
It's-
the
it's
kick up.
so good.
And you'll notice the water leaves the top, gets in there, and then comes back to the top.
Right. I absolutely love it. So let's start off with a couple normals I really wanted to show. He's forward 2, forward 2, 1, 3.
I still don't know my fucking
Really
man
good
yet. You know what I'm
move,
saying?
Pretty quick. He's also got forward 3, which is an overhead, into a double overhead, and he gets a pop-up. That'll be one of his most important, I think. And then one other normal I really wanted to show was a standing 4, which
Yeah, they brought that
even though
shit
he's
back.
no longer a ninja, he still has tremendous leg strength.
Right.
So strong that he can actually kick you across the world. Now this is an interesting one because if you hold it, he gets a combo.
Shit.
And he can also cancel out of the hold to fake you out.
Okay.
There you go. See, I'm good. And let's check out his throw, which is a nice nod to the classic water bubble. He goes in with you, and then you burst out. So you can see his normal attacks are very fresh and different. And I think the water effects are awesome. So you want to go into his special moves?
I think so.
So he has some really interesting zoning tools. I mean, some might even call him a premier zoner.
I just hit 13 million subscribers on my
Motherfucker,
YouTube
son!
channel, Hacksmith Industries. And the
Shit be loud too, bruh.
Straight projectile, which takes up a ton of real estate, is fairly quick, and has some interesting ways that you can change it. If you EX it, he gets a full knockdown. He can actually hold it down and get a stagger. And you can actually cancel out of this hold down. So you can mix up doing the move,
All this shit gonna be in the little player
the
shit in the game too.
doing the EX, or canceling out of it. Keep the opponent guessing. When you have a projectile like that takes up a ton of space, what's the one thing you know the opponent's going to try to do to beat it?
Jump.
Jump. And that's not going to be super effective because he has an anti-air version.
Nigga
And this
the
has a
only
very
zoner in the
unique
game for real?
EX that actually allows him to pop up for combos.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty cool. Again, it makes a full screen projectile become kind of an offensive tool up close. Now, one thing would be, well, what happens if they're using projectiles against him? He has the water bubble, where he surrounds himself in water, and any projectile is going to be negated. It'll actually just be destroyed when it hits the water bubble. And this is something that he can set up, go behind, go in the middle of.
Cheesy.
Works as a shield.
Exactly. But if you EX it, it surrounds him and travels with him.
Kind of walk them down.
Niggas gonna be in the lab on the first day
So
finding
then you
out
can go in,
50% moves and shit,
overhead,
bro.
all that good stuff when he has the water shield on.
Gotcha.
Now, there's other ways you can get in. He could set these water portals, and he can set them anywhere he wants. And then he can actually warp through them. So you could do cool stuff, like set one here, go in when you want to get out, warp back to where you were. Or, when you're in, you can set one, do some fun zoning, and then use this to get back in.
Okay.
And then you can go straight into combos.
You gotta be able to
like
set
that.
this shit fire as hell though. If it's a range
Now,
on it, it's
once
gonna
you've
be useless.
established that you're willing to teleport or throw out some of these fireballs, and the opponent's scared to move, you can start using the whirlpool. And he has close, medium, and far. These will go on the ground, and if the opponent walks into it, they get popped up for combos.
Alright, bet. Just like
I love how I just grabbed
damn,
the
y'all
top of
ain't
his
gonna remember that
Yes,
nigga name. I don't
it is
remember that nigga name.
so cool looking.
What about the EX version?
Another move he has is Geyser.
Geyser!
Is a pretty good advancing special he can 2 and 1 into, and if he EX it, it has armor. So it's a good wake-up attack, a good way to beat pressure, and I think it'll be one of his best combo enders.
Hey, hurry up and finish this shit before they give me
one
another
more
ad.
awesome full range move that kind of shows the full extent of his power.
That's it?
So cool.
You can EX
This is
that?
a move that he can actually hold, or cancel and just drop down. So you can do stuff like you're doing your water ball. I almost called it a fireball, and it's literally the opposite of that. Go into this, fake out the opponent, immediately drop down. You can set up. You can do all kind of stuff. Set up portals. Be doing that Thunder God move. Cancel it. Go through the portal. Just all kind of options full screen. I think
This shit look trash.
he's gonna be a really interesting character to kind of
The
freeze them up full
bro, it's on
screen
HD
start
too, and
doing
that shit look
cool
like
stuff.
butt, bro.
And speaking of the mix-ups, let's kind of show how he can use his cameo and go with that. I assigned him Striker because I think a
Longest
cop
fuck.
being the wizard is the exact kind of thing you'd see in Mortal
Ain't he
Kombat,
gonna-
right? So the first thing I'll show with Striker is he has his grenade toss. Straight out of MK3, comes in, throws the double grenades. They can either go low or high. And you can imagine, these are ambush moves, which means they can come out while Rain is doing his attacks. So you can do stuff like you're doing your straight water beam while he's doing his grenades. They can also aid you in combos. So you can do stuff like
Got it.
Striker
Old lady
also
got it, man.
has a
Old lady
set
got it, alright.
of baton moves. He's got Cop Bop, where he comes in and does an overhead, and the classic baton sweep from MK3. So these are lows and overheads. So,
Got
great
access
example.
to both of them.
Yes.
Nice.
So, one thing you could do,
Uh-huh.
you got your overhead, the opponent's stand blocking all the time because they don't want to get popped up. What am I supposed to do? Sweep them. But you can also do this in a string. So in overhead, you can do overhead, low. Then they get used to the timing. They're like, oh, I'm one of these like ninja killer or Sonic people with good reflexes. I can fuzzy that. Then you start doing stuff like Cop Bop. Mix it up. So just from this 50-50, he can use Striker to have more 50-50s.
That's
like,
That's how you beat Sonic Fox.
That's the
See?
key. That's
Got it.
all you have to do.
Got
And
it.
See?
like a
Being
famous
that
football
nigga.
player once said, it's more than a 50-50.
Got it.
Lastly, Striker has one more move, which I think is probably my favorite.
My favorite thing is he used a sports reference.
Well, sort of.
Half and half.
Striker comes from behind and handcuffs you. and this gives you a reset. Then you get a bunch
I
of
think
advanced
you need to be.
Okay.
I think I
So
need
you
a
get
fur
into
coat.
combos with a handcuff move, then go in and continue your offense. So like you could start a combo with your overhead, go into the handcuffs, and then make them guess low.
Got it.
It's super
That's
fun.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So I think that's Rain and Striker, and I maybe go.
Maybe on the
So,
last one.
Big thing,
Hell no, nigga, you get straight
like
into
really
it.
nice, kind of can lead in some combos.
Right.
Punishing move I like to use is this right here. Very fast, bounces them up. We can show some more stuff with that later, but obviously you can see there's some pathways with that move.
I also really like how his kick attacks are just either uses Zax or he's just huge big boots.
Just like
Yeah,
standing
just-
big boot. And like a lot of people, I enjoy the 2-player animation strings.
Right.
So he has this overhead, doesn't combo anything, but hit the throw button afterwards.
So good.
And he also has a low one as well. And I'm sure we'll come back to those later as well.
Right.
Now let's talk about his special moves. His special move, the one that kind of encapsulates what he is Power Strike. He will just throw the axe on the ground, and there it is. You have about 7-8 seconds just to do stuff without the axe, right? You can also call it back. Like this.
Okay.
Now, when it's on the ground, different strings. That's back one.
Nice.
He also, and I get the axe back after, of course, doing the command grab.
So all of his axe moves get replaced with different normal attacks.
Yes.
And some are faster, some have different reactions.
Right. And some change some of your other special moves. We'll get to that in a second.
Even his
Ooh.
throw changes.
Yes, even his throw. So here's his throw. While we're at it, let's just show the, Mataro as well. And then with the axe, he just bangs in the face with the axe.
Right.
Other specials he has. So you can huge. That was the meter burn. I got a full screen
Full string that bit.
projectile.
Niggas gonna be
Now, if
cheesy.
you're close, you can. Sorry about that. You can do some of this.
Pops up. Nice.
That moves a pop up.
He has a buff. This makes your axe powers do more damage. You can
Okay.
also EX that to get more time on it as well. Big move in his arsenal.
That shit look like it got
also
so
leads
much
to a
time
lot of
already. I'm
crazy
scared as
good
hell.
damage. Is his armored launcher is his knee.
It's kind of representing, kind of makes me think of the MK3 like up shoulder, except now it's a knee.
Right, and you can throw that out a lot of places. Always there. But if you EX the knee, you get a free power slam after that.
Free power
You can do
slam.
like that.
Okay.
And then his axe is on the ground again.
Okay.
So that's how you rotate throughout the character, right? And now it's on the ground, now it's back to me. So then you can start doing really cool stuff like this into power slam, back into that.
Nice.
And that's a pretty nice chunky combo.
And now you have
30,
the
34.
axe back.
Right. When the axe is on the ground, other cool things can happen. Power slam. Now, I have a ground pound.
Full screen.
Now, here's the interesting thing. When you are on the axe, it is an overhead low,
Okay.
which is kind of tough to block.
Yeah.
You can also, throw this down, do this.
And
Combo
that's
after
like a
it.
quick recall.
Right. Yeah, so if you have it down, you also have a move where you can just be near it, and it's very fast slash.
Okay.
So a lot of really cool stuff you can do.
And he's clearly meant to be going in and out during
Yes.
the fight, in the middle of combos, getting it back at the end of combos.
Maybe recalling it if you want to.
Right.
Lots of stuff like that. But if you are, as my opponent, near the axe, there's a lot of stuff you need to think about.
Right. So it's almost like with the axe, you have, kind of really good range, not the quickest moves. Without the axe, you're much quicker, and
Yes.
you can use it, establish the axe on the screen, and they're going to have to respect it, and that's going to kind of open up your grabs, your mix-ups, stuff like that.
And it's super cool. You can also, he also, has some, just pick stuff out of the air and that sort of thing. I mean, the knee into power strike is huge.
Right.
Right.
Bro, I'm gonna have to get in the lab when this shit come out,
sure
gang.
I'm
Before I
not
drop the
missing
contour,
anything.
what we
I
gonna
wanna share
do?
some stuff with Motaro.
You gonna get it straight
Okay.
up in there?
So Motaro
I might
has a
go
couple
into
things
that.
you can use. Now, obviously, I'm a big guy. Projectiles might scare me.
Right.
Well, I can do this. I can
Yo,
pull
look.
them out.
Yo, that
walk
shit.
behind it. You don't want to be throwing projectiles at it.
That's so
That
good.
will reflect, and I'm walking it down with that.
I love that, you know, that's a way to call back to his thick reflect skin from
Right.
MK3.
And now you're kind of you're a little confused. What do you do? Boom, you're
Nice.
He also has this turret he can do. Will shoot 3 shots at you. Has a low one too. He can do that.
Whoa.
Now here is something that I've chosen Motaro with General Shao for a reason.
Okay.
Remember this move?
Yes.
Can't do a lot out of it.
Right.
He has this teleport, right?
Okay.
Which maybe you can read a projectile, maybe not, but you can move around the battlefield quicker as General
Right.
Shao. But with this overhead, I can teleport.
No, I'm behind your big ass.
That's
Fuck,
a true
fuck
combo.
wrong with
True
him?
combo.
Is this
And now you
shit
have to
still
worry
on?
about this, and you have to worry about something like this. Like that's now in play.
Right.
So you can do the full
Kobe moments.
full thing too. You can do like
What a cool example of one of my favorite things about the Kameo system. Is it
Right.
allows you to break the rules and restrictions of your roster.
And I
character.
think that's why I love Shao so much, is that he breaks the rules also with the knee into power slam. He's
Right.
It's a special into a special, which Johnny can do too. Of course, he breaks that rule at times with his meter.
I think I need me a
There's a lot of
hyena
cool, fun
hyena fur coat.
breaking the meta of what Shao is. Just so you can do with that.
And
Really
I think
cool.
it's so neat about the Kameo system. You kind of look at your play style, look at your character, and think, what are my weaknesses? What are the things I think I'm missing? And you can use your Kameo to turn those weaknesses into strengths.
And for me, it's like if I'm so far away from people,
I think
with
that's
others,
it.
Even having
Yeah,
having this.
Yeah, he showed. Who's that? Who's that?
Look
Yeah, I think they showed everything, man. But hey, everybody looking overpowered. That's what I like to see. You know what I'm saying? Everybody overpowered. Nobody look ass in my eyes. That's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you new, go ahead and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? What else? Like, comment, share, do all that for your boy. On the way to 2K, man. Like I said in the intro, but hopefully whenever you see this, y'all enjoy y'all day. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we out there, you know what I'm saying? On the way, yeah. Peace.